Hey my officials, welcome back to another video and welcome back to my Let's Talk video here on my channel. If you guys are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, and in today's video we are talking about how to budget as a single woman. Now this was a requested video from my subbies, so that's basically why I'm doing this particular video. And I can see why my subbies would want me to speak about budgeting, because you guys know I do a lot here on my channel and you're probably wondering, okay, do you budget? So I could see why you want me to do to talk about budgeting, but I'm gonna make this video really quick because I don't feel like it's anything that I need to lament on. So I have basically 6 to 5 tips of things that you can do as a single person when you are budgeting. You have to remember, when you're a single person, it's you alone, or single woman, it's you alone and everything is up to you. So let's jump straight into the 5 things that I would advise, or 5 things that I have done. And I'm gonna make a disclaimer here, I am no way a financial expert in budgeting or anything like that. Let me just make that disclaimer. This is just things that I have been doing over the years and things that actually work for me. So now let's get into this video. Okay, so the first thing that I have to say is, do you have a budget? Because this video is about budgeting as a single woman, but a lot of us don't have budgets. So that would be the first thing that I would recommend, is that you actually have an actual and a very realistic budget of your expenses and your finances every single month. So that's the first thing that I would note, or the first thing that I would say, is to make sure that you have an actual budget. So make sure you write down that I need to get a budget. That's the first thing. And if you don't know how to budget, I would suggest you kind of can Google it, because I don't want this video to be long at all, but you can Google it. There are many different types of ways that you can budget. Pinterest has a lot of different formulas and ways that would allow you to budget and that you can stick with your budget. There is the cash only method. There is also the envelope method, so every bill goes into an envelope. So there's different types of methods that you can do. What my method is, since this is my channel, I just write everything down, and that's where I start and allocate my bills, I allocate my miscellaneous, I allocate my variables, and of course with my total income. So that's basically how I do it. There is no rhyme, reason, or formula. You have to get a budget that works best for you, but the first step is actually having a budget. That's the first step. So the second thing that I will note, and I have my little tips here, so the second thing that I will note is make sure you pay your bills. That's what I do. I make sure I pay all of my bills. I make sure I meet all of my bills every single month, even my subscription. So those are all of the things that I literally put inside my budget. So my budget has in my, if I have a clothing allowance, it has in all of my mandatory bills, my insurance, whatever it is that you have as your bill, it has everything like that in there. It also has my gym memberships. It has like, so my budget has every single thing, all of my monthly expenses, especially fixed costs or fixed expenses, things that I just have to pay monthly, so that it has all of that. So I would suggest that when you get paid, make sure that you are paying all of your bills, like all of your fixed bills. Make sure that you are paying those off. That's very important before you go ahead and waste money on clothes and shoes. Like, no. My second tip, or my second thing that I would note when you're budgeting as a single person, is to make sure you save and save. So what I have done, and it's something that has been working for me, is I have now put my savings as an expense. So if it is that I want to save 10% of my salary, that 10% goes into the second point, where it's pay all your bills. So I make sure that my bills, including my savings, is being saved every month. It's being allocated. I think they say you're supposed to save at least 10% of your salary. But if you can't save 10% of your salary, maybe you can save 5%, maybe you can save 2%, like a full up basket. So if you're from the Caribbean, you know what that means. Like a full up basket. So you don't have to be saving half of your salary every single month, again, because you don't want to be going into your savings to get money that you're gonna need throughout the month. So the fourth thing that I would say, as well as a single person, make sure you track your monthly expenses. I think that is very, very, very important, because you don't want to have, you want to know where your money is going and ways in which you can cut costs. You want to see in different areas where you may be able to cut costs, so maybe that you can save towards getting that bag, save towards going on that trip, whatever it is, or save for wet days. Again, you're single, and as a single woman, anything can happen throughout the month. So you want to make sure you have that extra money left over. You want to make sure you have a good amount of extra funds left over, so that you can, you know, go use it towards something. It's just really up to you what you want. But I would recommend tracking your expenses. That has also helped me a lot, because I find myself spending a lot on groceries. I don't know why. So I have actually cut down on how much I am buying in the grocery store, just because, one, I need to lose weight, and two, majority of the stuff I'm buying is snacks. So yeah, it's not good for my body. And also, three, it's me alone, and a lot of my groceries go to waste at times. So that is something that I have also been doing. I've been making sure that I'm tracking my expenses. And as a single person, you also want to track your expenses. If you are spending a lot of money on clothes and shoes every month, you may want, by tracking your expenses, you'll know that you're spending too much in a month out of your clothing allowance. And yeah, track your expenses. Trust me, it helps. The fifth thing that I would note that you can do as well as a single person, if you do have a clothing allowance, do not go above your clothing allowance. If your clothing allowance is $200 a month, let it be a fixed cost. And you can always window shop. That is something that I do a lot. I know I do a lot of hauls here on my channel, guys, but I do window shop. Some of these items that I haul, I've had them in my cart for a very, very long time. I also save towards some of my items. So let's say if I want to purchase something expensive, my clothing allowance is only this, I'm gonna actually save my clothing allowance, maybe put two savings of my clothing allowance within 2 months, and then purchase particular items. I think that that's very important. Window shopping, putting things in your favorites. If they're gone by the time you can afford to buy them, then you really wasn't supposed to have it. But if they're always there, like I always find that they're there, so I would recommend window shop, and then you can always buy later, because you don't want to go out of your budget and say, oh, let me pull in that extra $100, and then by the end of the month, or the third week in your the third week in the month, you need money to purchase, let's say, groceries or something like that. So you can window shop. That's something that I would recommend, guys. I'm telling you guys, if you look at my apps on my phone, or you look at like my online, I have hundreds of items in my favorites, hundreds, and I'll window shop, I'll put them in my favorites, and when I can actually afford to buy them, I will then go and just click add to cart, and then I'll buy it. And it also helps too, because you get an idea of how much an item costs. So maybe it may not be in your $200 budget, but then again, next month you'd be able to add an extra $100, because you can take away $100 from that $200 budget to buy a particular item. So you kind of have to look at it like that. Again, remember, it's you alone. And as a single woman, yes, you want to look nice, and I believe in a woman taking care of herself and looking the best part, but don't go broke trying to, you know, keep up. Also, I would recommend that you buy quality pieces, and you buy, for me, I don't need to have a bunch of clothes, because Literally, my style is a jeans and a white tee majority of the times. Once I have some heels and a cute little bag, that's my style. So I would say it also depends on like your style and what type of person you are. If you are someone that likes to keep on trend, I would recommend that you buy cheaper items. But if you're someone like me who doesn't really keep up with trends, I would suggest that you can buy quality pieces and save towards the pieces that you really want. And also, when you're purchasing, there is a five ways you can wear a particular item. So even if you are very trendy, at least when you're purchasing particular items, you can be like, okay, I can wear this with this, I can wear it with this, I can wear it with this. Just maximizing your purchases. Because things are expensive. That would be my 5th tip to note, is to just window shop. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in window shopping. Like window shopping and buying those items later. And my final thing to note, or my final advice would be, as a single woman, I would recommend any one of us to just think about always living within our means, living within the things that we can actually afford, and not trying to, what they say on social media, keep up with the Joneses. I know that you want to look nice and you want to look stylish, but there are affordable ways to look nice and to look stylish. Get creative, be creative, remix outfits if you have. There is nothing wrong with remixing a lot of outfits. Maybe buy a lot of more basic pieces that you'd be able to dress them up and dress them down. Some basic pieces are more affordable to buy. Also, going out and eating can be very expensive with friends. So maybe you want to budget if it is that you go out and you only can, let's say, purchase the lunch. Maybe you can't do the appetizer, or you can't do a full course, or maybe you may need to only have 2 drinks. It really doesn't matter how you live within your means, but just make sure that you live within your means, because again, as a single woman, everything is on you. You have to make sure that your rent is paid, make sure that your mortgage is paid if you do have a mortgage, and just make sure that everything that you're doing, you're not going above and beyond, or you're not sinking yourself in further debt to live in a particular way. And that is basically where I'm going to end this budgeting video. Again, I hope I helped anyone out there. These are things that I keep very cognizant on the top of my mind. I want to make sure that I am budgeting, make sure that budgeting is your best friend. And wherever you can cut costs in your income, it could be that you have multiple streams of income. You don't want to just max out your money in a month. Make sure you're saving. So yeah, so this is basically where I'm gonna end this video. I hope I helped one of my subbies and the young lady who asked me to speak about budgeting as a single woman. But it is very important, very important for you to budget and live within your means and just stay within your budget. And I've been talking for a long time now, so I will talk to you guys in my next upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and to all of my new subbies, thank you. Hey, what's up? And if you have any other video that you'd like me to put in my Let's Talk playlist and you'd like me to talk about, just please comment it in the comment box below. If you need advice on anything, just let me know and I will speak about it here on my channel. And I'll talk to you guys in my next upload. Thank you again so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you have made it this far. If you aren't subscribed, share if you feel in the sharing mood, and don't forget to like. And I'll talk to you guys in my next upload. Like I said, bye guys.